Gamer7, and welcome back to some more of the Female Gaming Legacy Challenge. Now, obviously, you can probably already tell that my voice is not matching, and also it probably seems a little sped up. That's because it is, because honestly, and I'm apologizing ahead of time, but the mic for, or like the voice part of my recording for some reason did not record. So I do not have my voice whatsoever for this episode and the episode that I technically recorded after it. So I just smushed them into one here, slightly speeding them up so you can still see what's going on. But also, like, you know, it's really hard to go back and, like, you know, try to make a voiceover to match what was happening going on in my current reactions. So I at least wanted to show you that these videos had existed and wanted to let you see what happened in them and also sort of talk about it and explain it a little bit. But I'm apologizing greatly because I don't even know what happened. I'm using a different recording stuff, software and stuff this time around on this channel, so with the, new computer and stuff, but I haven't had really issues with it, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just overlooked something or what. Normally I double check a lot of that stuff to make sure, because, like, when I make creative sims and I'm recording, like, the creative sim process or the build process, a lot of times I will turn off the mic just so that it's not recording an extra thing, and that's one less thing I have to worry about when I go into editing. But I really don't know what happened, because I usually check that stuff and I really thought that the mic was working and everything was fine, but apparently not. So I don't have it on either one of these. So this was originally going to be like episode 20 and 21, I think, for Amicia's gen, and I think it was like 44 and 45 for the overall Female Gaming Legacy. But at the beginning of this video, which was going to be the, let me actually double check here, 20 and 44, that's what it is. So this was going to be episode 20. We start off by making sure to get stuff to make the vampire cure. So that's what I'm sort of working on. We actually I thought we were going to have to go and get all the stuff, but we actually didn't, because we had a lot of it with us already, actually. It was just some was stored in other places and all that stuff, because I actually went through and bought some. Also, I went through and bought some, like, packets of plants to, like, sow, but we actually had a lot of the stuff already. I just didn't know, like, it was in, like, different inventories, like the floral inventory and, like, other places like that. So we had everything, like the wolfsbane and the onion, the garlic, and the plasma fruits. So we had all of that stuff with us. So it actually wasn't that big of a deal. Well, the garlic, I think we had to buy the garlic, but the garlic was the one that I was 100% sure that I could buy from seed packets, because there's actually just garlic seed packets. So yeah, we made the vampire cure. We gifted it to our brother, who obviously was already struggling with needing to feed as said vampire, and he was cured of vampirism, which also for some reason removed his hair. I'm not really quite sure why, but apparently if you're a vampire and then you're cured of vampirism, you lose your lovely luscious locks. So be forewarned. Apparently that's the thing. But yeah, so he went bald for whatever reason. But I do eventually give him his hair back. Well, I actually give him a slightly new hairstyle, but he gets hair back, so don't worry, he isn't going to stay bald forever. But obviously we're also trying to work on some work stuff and some other skills. I actually had her stay home for work this time around, which, if I remember, for some reason I didn't get credited for it very well. It was like I did a bad job, even though I did literally everything on the list of things that I was supposed to do. I guess maybe I should have worked on some extra stuff just to show that I was still working throughout it the whole day, but I really wanted to make sure to get our brother cured. and wanted to be able to work on some other skills here and there. But yeah, we're working on some stuff. I actually did a little extra because I did actually go in and like you can fine tune the blueprint after you like the concept after you like present it to someone and you get their feedback. You can use that feedback to actually sort of work on your concept and improve it. So I did have her do that, and it wasn't requiring me to do that, but it was like, nope, you didn't do enough. So apparently I didn't do enough, but I don't know what else I was supposed to do because I did what it asked of me. And I did a little extra, maybe not like a whole lot extra, but I did a little bit extra. But the thing was I actually couldn't use the fabricator anyway because our windmills, I don't know if it's because it's winter and it's not quite as windy or something. I'm not really sure, but the windmills definitely were not generating much power for me to be able to use anything with electric. So we actually did go ahead and invest in some solar panels. They are eco-friendly. They do, yeah, they're a little expensive at first, but they'll generate some extra power so that we don't have to rely on like unnatural power or whatever. We could still live off the grid technically because it's our own machinery generating and making our power. So yeah, I went ahead and got some solar power just to hope to get a little extra like oomph into the power so that hopefully we can use the fabrication and stuff. So that was my plan, and just working on some of that stuff here and there. And I kept checking to make sure like if things were breaking because she also needs to get her handiness skill up. So I think in what's going to be the ending part of this episode, but what would have been the next episode, we actually got did quite a bit of handiness related stuff. But yeah, did run into a few glitches here and there. There's also still a bald Jackson, which was... I didn't fix it till, like, what was going to be the next episode. I fixed it in between episodes, just because sometimes going in and out of cast while you're recording, like, LPs or you're playing more gameplay-wise sometimes can get annoying. At least I find it annoying. So a lot of times you'll probably notice, like, anytime someone ages up or something like that, anything like that happens, I usually wait to fix it till after the end of the episode. Sorry if there's a weird cut and my voice sounds slightly odd. I forgot to shut the door to the room that I'm recording in, and our wash machine sometimes decides to go insane, and it started going insane and made, like, really loud noises. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but it sort of scared me because I totally forgot that, one, the door wasn't shut, and two, that the wash machine was going. Anyway. So, yeah. A lot of this episode was sort of trying to work on skills when she was in a good enough mood and hoping that we get enough power to use the fabricator. That's, like, the biggest struggle I'm running into right now is having enough power to run the generator. I mean, to be able to run some of the stuff that she needs to use for work and stuff. Also, sometimes her mood, especially the fun mood, I still struggle with it every once in a while. Because Sims, their natural instinct when it comes to fun is things like a computer. And obviously, we're on the off-grid lot, so we don't have that. So sometimes my Sims are a little dumb when it comes to finding fun. But we really honestly have quite a few things around the place that can give us some fun. But she also was losing her outdoorsy lifestyle, which I was a little sad about, so I was actually trying to specifically do outdoor things that brought up fun. But around now was the moment when it told me that I did not work well enough while at home, apparently, and it was like, you did unsatisfactory work, your boss is disappointed, so you will suffer in your work performance. But I really don't know if you're supposed to still try to do extra things off. I've never had that happen before, because every other time I've had people stay home from work to work, it's actually went well as long as I actually did the stuff that it asked me to, and I did do the stuff that it asked me to in that case. But I sent her home, sent her to work this time, and when she came home, I immediately had her do some fabrication because it was up, and we got that fabrication point, so we did level up some fabrication. So we cured our brother and leveled up in fabrication again. So that is nice. One to work on getting good skills for the challenge, but also for work. So I keep bringing up the fact that I've been thinking I sort of wanted her to have sort of a big family, and that's part of the reason why Rouge was a little meh. Like I want more things. I want nicer things for myself. And I thought a good way to make the money a little bit of a struggle for one, but also just some chaos is if Amicia and Nathan actually have like quite a bit of kids. So we did try for baby, and I still currently don't know if she's going to have twins or just one kid or maybe triplets. Don't know that yet, but at this point I did end what was supposed to be just itself episode 20. But this whole thing is now episode 20, and I'm here talking over it a little bit just to give a recap of what happened in these 2 episodes and to let y'all know. Again, sorry. I feel like saying sorry quite a bit because I do feel really bad because I really want the Female Legacy Challenge to do well. I want other people to give it a try themselves. And I've had a lot of people who said that they were going to give it a try, but I've never got any feedback on it. So I don't know if they just said that just to say it, or if they said it because they meant to get around to doing it, but then other things happen, which I understand. Stuff happens in life. I actually am dealing with a house issue right now that we had not foreseen, which is why over the weekend, Saturday I had no videos, and Friday I only had one video, and also on Sunday, this video, there was supposed to be a Female Gaming Legacy, but then I run into this issue, so in between the mic issue and the house issue I was having, it was just not foreseeable to get it out on Sunday, so yeah. But yeah, stuff happens, life happens, and I get it. But, you know, I don't know if it's that situation, or if it's a situation where they actually started giving it a try, and they didn't like it, but they haven't said anything, or if they gave it a try, and they're still working on it, but still haven't said anything. So I don't know what it is. I just know that people said they were going to try it, but like I said, I haven't had any feedback. So if you are giving this challenge a try, or you're going to give this challenge a try, when you do, please feel free to give me feedback. Like, I'm partially still playing through this on my own. So in some ways, like, I'm still fine-tuning things, because I don't know if I'm going to run into anything that I realize is, like, impossible, or just sort of annoying to deal with. I did change some of Velvet's rules, which has already went into effect. I've already changed that on everything, including, like, talking about it in the videos and stuff, so yeah. But though Amicia's gen is proving to be a challenge, because her job mixed with the off-the-grid lot is a challenge, I'm still not finding it impossible. I did purposely try to make this challenge a little bit more challenging compared to what I've been dealing with Not So Berry, just because sometimes it's nice to have different levels of challenging. Like, it's sometimes nice to go play an easy challenge, but then sometimes you want, like, a harder challenge, and I sort of did. So that was sort of what this was set up for. But yeah, anyway. With this episode, I did get to focus on the handiness skill a little bit, but it took a while. But also, I was starting to have issues with the whole fears and wishes thing, because they were having fears that sometimes was annoying me, and then they also were having wishes that wasn't being fulfilled because I wasn't paying attention to them as much or something. And even though they were simple wishes, it was like taking forever to like get them to be like happy, because sometimes they were getting mad because they had unfilled wishes. So yeah, I don't really like that system. I personally like whims better, but that's just me personally. Partially because sometimes the fears and wishes don't make any sense with the Sims, like, traits and stuff, in my opinion. Like, some Sims I've been having, like, a fear of cheating when there's, like, no way for them to, like, they're not a jealous Sim, so you can't just say that they're afraid of that because they're a jealous sim. But then also, like, there's no hint of remote signs that their partner is even remotely possibly cheating. So it's like, why is that a fear? Like, they don't have any traits that make sense with, and the other sims haven't done anything to prove that. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, like, I have her working on some handiness stuff right now. I actually realized, I don't know if it's a mod or if it's like a new thing that they added or something, because I do have some mods that affect the woodworking table, but you can actually go and chop wood in the forest, and I thought that would be fun and interesting, so I had to go chop some wood and then work on some things to get that handiness skill up. And as you probably just seen, she is in fact pregnant. Again, not sure whether she's having 1 or 2 or whatever, since she already had 2 once. That may be a thing that's going to be running in her family or something, or maybe she's more susceptible to it, or maybe at least he's more susceptible to having twins. So, I don't know. There is a chance for twins or triplets, but I just don't know as of right now if that's going to happen. I welcome the chaos, even though I'm already struggling a bit, because I think she's just at level 5 in her career. I think the handiness skill is... Of course, I rarely get phone calls, but I always tend to get them when I'm recording for some reason. But yeah, anyway, where was I? So yeah, with this episode, I did focus a lot on the skills a little bit more so, and trying to get them up. But also, it is actually currently the twins' birthdays, so she is expecting at least another child, but the 2 first children are actually aging up, so we made them a little winter cake since it actually is winter time, and then aged them up. I haven't fixed their new looks yet, so you won't see them by the end of this episode, but by the next episode I will have them. In the next episode I am triple checking to make sure that the mic is properly working. I actually checked it before I made this voiceover, so I know things are working. But before the next episode, I will, like, triple check to make sure things are working so that it's an actual normal episode. But, yeah, so we are going to be aging the twins up here. We aged him up first, which I think, actually, he was the second born, but he was the quickest and easiest to grab. In all honesty, he was the closest one, so I was like, just go ahead and grab him. But then he had to totter his way all the way into, like, the bedroom to age up. So Avon aged up already, and we gave him some skill, like, his things. And then also, obviously, Rouge aged up. So we gave her Aspiration, which I just gave her Motor for now because she is going to be an active sim, and I actually went ahead and gave her the active trait. Because, one, at the time, I thought that was going to be the only trait of hers that we can get. But we actually could have gave her the Kleptomaniac trait, but I'm going to wait until she's a teenager to give her that one. And then her third and final trait will be when she becomes a young adult. Now, if you're forgetting, Rouge is our next gen, so she is going to be Gen 3. She is based off... Her generation is taking inspiration from Rouge the Bat from the Sonic series. So, yeah, she is going to be our next one after Amicia. But the thing is we gotta finish Amicia first. And Amicia's is coming along a little bit slowly. Because, like I was saying, her job, I think, is only at level 5. And we gotta max that out. I think handiness is either at 5 or 6. And we gotta get that to 10. Her fabrication is at 4 or 5, because it is 1 or 2 below her handiness skill. So we also have to get that to 10. So it is a journey that we have to do. But basically those skills and her job is all we have left for Amicia, I'm pretty sure. So once all that is said and done, we can actually finish hers. Because, yeah, we have to complete the Master Maker aspiration, we have to live in an off-the-grid lot, we have to cure our brother of vampirism, max the fabrication, handiness, vampire lore skills, and reach level 10 of the Civil Designer. we already got the vampire lore skills, and we've cured our brother, and we are currently on the off-the-grid lot, and she is still a young adult, so we can't 100% check that one off, but she actually is aging up decently soon, so it won't be much longer until we can check that one off, and I don't think I'm going to remove the off-the-grid lot immediately. But if you do give this a try yourself and you're just tired of dealing with the off-the-grid lot, you can feel free to take it off once she becomes an adult, or a he. If you decide to make your generations male, that's perfectly fine, but since this is like the female gaming legacy challenge, and I'm sort of giving this a try myself and doing it for the first time, I'm personally making sure that they are all females so that I can sort of make them look similar to what their character looks at. Like Amicia, I got lucky, she was born with brown hair, and Amicia in the game actually has like a brownish hair. So, and then with like Rouge, right now she has brown hair, but I'm eventually going to dye her hair, so that's how I'm going to do it with some of them. But yeah, just for the purpose, for me, I am doing females, but if you give this a try, you do not have to feel like you have to do females. It is totally up to you. You can do a male and just have it based off the challenge rules. So yeah. I also actually mentioned in one of these episodes, if I'm currently in the process of making technically like a round 2 or series 2 and also 3, and I'm partially doing that just because there were so many characters that I wanted to try to make generations based off of and challenges based off of, but also if anyone doesn't have certain packs that are required to complete that one, but they have other packs or something like that, they can pluck and pull and interchange some of them need be. You'll just have to slightly change the story. I am honestly perfectly fine with that once I get those out there. And like with Amicia and Velvet, they almost sort of have to be connected, but at the same time, you can slightly change it if you don't have vampires. I know you can cure werewolves. I'm pretty sure you can cure mermaids. So any of the occults that can be cured and reversed back, you can interchange that if you really need to. So I don't want it to be so I want people to try to give it a chance to go. So I am flexible and understanding if you have to change some things here and there. But yeah, there was Amicia being grabbed by the fabrication machine, but she is currently pregnant, so I felt confident that it probably wouldn't kill her. Was it safe for her to be pregnant and that happening? Probably not, but it's whatever. But yeah, things were breaking everywhere, which is great for a handiness skill. But I was ending the episode, so I'm going to end this as well. So hopefully you sort of enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little strange how I had to do it, but yeah. I hope you still enjoyed it and are looking forward to a regular, normal Female Gaming Legacy Challenge episode next time around. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that lovely like button, subscribe, and all that lovely YouTube goodiness. And until next time, bye-bye!